Hello everyone, welcome to Winged Paper Crafting. My name is Angel Fitch. If you're new around here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm so glad you've stopped by my YouTube channel. Today we're going to do our, I think, fourth set of alternatives for the June 2025 Paper Pumpkin Kit called Full of Charm. Here are the 9 gorgeous cards you could have done if you'd done them as intended. We're going to do things a little different today, so let's go ahead and get started. The first one that we're going to delve into here, we're going to start with a card base of Petal Pink that is, this one's actually 4 by 11.5, and we're going to fold it tent style, so at the top here. And I've got a piece of white then that goes on the inside that is 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. So that's going to go inside. We've got half of one of the card bases. Now this is the one that if you looked at the entire card base, this gold, the gold lines on here look very centered on this side of the card base, but on the back side they weren't quite as centered, so we're going to use the centered one for this card. This is also 3 3/4 by 5 1/4, and we're going to put this right on the front. So let's go ahead and get that. Actually, let's start by giving this a good burnish so it lays down flat. Then we'll get this on with some seal. And I'm going to open this up so I can better center this. So we're going to go just kind of like that. Okay, now we have a piece that came in the kit. This was one of the punch outs. We're going to put that on here. And we've got one of the diamond punch outs that we're going to put in the middle. But we're going to stamp on this first. So the first thing we're going to stamp is, on the front we're going to put Let's Celebrate You, and we're going to do that in Night of Navy ink. So let's just ink this up, and we're going to get that in the middle of our diamond here. Oops, almost a disaster. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so we got that in the middle. We're going to put that there. On the inside, I went ahead and put the 2 stamps together, the Happy Birthday and To a Wonderful Friend. Yesterday, I think we stamped them opposite. We put To a Wonderful Friend, Happy Birthday, but I've put them the other way this time. So we're going to put this on the inside. Right up here at the top. Okay, so let's close our ink. And we'll go ahead and get this piece on the inside. So we'll get that down here, centered up. Okay, now back to the front. I'm going to put this piece flat and pop this up. So we'll just put some seal on this. Just a little bit around here, and I'm just kind of gonna center this so that our petal pink pieces are kind of in the middle. Okay, we're gonna put some dimensionals on our diamond. Let's see, not that one, let's do this one. And actually once we get this on, I'm gonna do something else on the inside, which I probably should have done before I put the white piece on, but that's okay, we can do it now. I wanted to stamp something on the inside. So Let's see, we got all these off? Yes. All right, so we're gonna center this up in the diamond frame here. It's framed by the gold. Okay, so that looks pretty good. All right, let's go back to our inside. I have this leaf that came in the stamp set, and I just want to put a leaf on the inside. So let me get a block here. We'll take this off. We'll get this on a block. I'm also going to bring in a scratch piece of paper. I think I can't decide if I want to do full strength or stamp off. So I'm going to stamp off. I think I want to stamp off. I think the full strength might be too dark. So let's go ahead and ink it up again. We'll stamp off here, and then we'll stamp right here in the corner. There we go. And that just gives it a little bit of extra interest on the inside of our card. Okay, so let's go back and finish up our front. We've got some Tencel gems that we're going to put on the front here. We're going to use these blue ones. So let me get a couple of these. And one more. Maybe up here. Okay, so there's our first card. All right, now I'm going to set this to the side, and I'm going to bring in our second card. So our second card, we're going to start with card base of Early Espresso. That's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Give it a good burnish. I've got a piece of basic beige. Now this is 5 by 4 1/4. We're going to put this on the inside. And I've also got a piece of basic beige, same size, 5 by 4 1/4, that we're going to put on the outside. But before we do that, we're going to do some ink blending. So I'm going to use Pretty Peacock, and let me just wipe my hands because I got ink all over them, but that's okay. Doesn't seem to be wet. All right, so I'm going to take a blending brush. I've got this piece that came in the kit. Let me see if I can make sure I'm in frame here. So we're going to put this on the front. And I just want to do a little bit of blending underneath these two flowers right here. So I'm going to ink up my blending brush. I'm just going to tap it off. I don't want any harsh lines. And I'm just going to try to go basically under these two, where these would be. So I'm just going to start very lightly right here. And just bring this out. Now you want to start lightly because you can always add, but you can't take it away. So let's bring in just a little bit more ink here. One thing I knew. I used to have ink everywhere. You know what? Let's flip this over. Hang on a second. Let me get some paper towels here and wipe my hand off. Okay, let's try again. Okay. We don't want any extra pieces. We just want what we want. Okay, so let's try this again. I'll try not to get my fingers in the ink pad. Okay, so we're going to start right back here in the middle. Very lightly. And we'll just keep kind of testing this to see. Looks like I need to bring it down a little bit. This way, just a little bit. Okay, just a little bit more down in this corner. Okay, now I think Almost. We'll bring it up just a little bit. And we need to get over here for our second flower. So I'm just going to bring that out a little bit. Okay, I think we almost have the big one. We just need to bring the little one up a little bit. So a little bit more ink. Very lightly. I'm going to bring it up just a little bit. Alright, let's see what we got here. Okay. Let's see if that... Okay, almost. Let's see. Up here just the littlest bit. Okay. Alright, I think I'm happy with that. Okay, so let's get that to the side. And we're going to go ahead and put this down with some fine tip glue. We'll get our scratch paper out of the way. I don't think we need that. So I'm just going to put, you know, little dots of glue on all of the bigger places where we actually have room to glue. I'm not going to worry too much about all the intricate parts. Let's put some in the middle there. Okay, now we're going to just center this over our inking and kind of like these two corners here. Scoot, there we go. Okay. Alright, I'm just going to press that down. Hold that for a minute. Now, we'll get this onto our card base with some seal. Okay, so we'll put this on the front. Center this up. Okay, there we go. So just push it down, make sure it's on. Okay, now on our outside, I have the Miss You stamp that was in the stamp set. So I'm going to ink this up. And I'm going to stamp right up here in the corner. So let me get our card straight. And we're just going to go right here. There we go. Okay, so that's our outside. And on the inside, we are going to do, let's see, what do we want to put on the inside? I thought I had something picked out here. Let's see. Let me get the ink out of the way before I get it anymore. I think I'm just going to use this one, To a Wonderful Friend. Since we used it already, I need to clean it. So let's get it back on a block. And we'll give it a nice scrub on our chamois here to make sure we don't have any blue ink left on it. And then we'll ink. Oops, sorry. Woo! Slippery hands today. Okay, so let me get this on here straight. I don't need any more help being crooked. Let's see. Okay, so now we'll ink it up. And I have more ink on the block. I think I have on the stamp. Alright, so let's put it right up here at the top. Okay, to a wonderful friend. Alright. Put our ink away. Put this on the inside. And then we'll get some bling on it and we'll be done with this one. Okay, so just get that in there. Okay, now for the outside, for the bling, I'm going to use these pecan pie and clear ribboned adhesive backed dots. And I like the ones that are pecan pie colored. Let's try, like, what's the word? So let's get some of these on. Let's start with a big one. Let's see. Let's put, where should we put one? I hate not being able to decide where I want bling. Alright, we're going to put it there. And we'll put a little one here. And one more little one. Let's do down here. Okay, there we go. So, here's our 2 cards that we did today. And I really like this one. This is my favorite. I love these colors together. So, let me know in the comments which one you like the best. So, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. And this is all I have for tonight. So, I've got some more sets to run us out through the end of July. So, stay tuned and come back tomorrow and we'll go through another set. That's all I have for now. Have a nice crafty evening. Thanks. Bye.